Too close to some of these waves and they just ate him alive. Pat Caldwell, the veteran, shows how it's done with beautiful tube rides like this and finishing up with a nice string of maneuvers. Kainoa McGee, the new young lion on the circuit, just comes out of an unbelievably deep tube ride.
McGee and Caldwell advanced to the semifinals. If you thought the quarters were good, wait till you see the semis. Stewart, Hawk, DePontes, and Reeves.
The first ride of the semifinal heat by Ross Hawk was fantastic. Deep tube ride with an aerial, but it was only good enough for 4th place. Holly Reeves managed a 3rd, even though he did well, but the caliber of competition in this semi was just too great. As usual, Mike Stewart, at home in his backyard, the Bonsai Pipeline, dominated this heat. Mike has a house just a few hundred yards from this spot and practices here almost every day. He knows it like the back of his hand. And it reflects in the way he rides these waves. Alexander DePontes put on a high-performance exhibition of his own, and he was right on Mike's heels as the minutes wound down.
You don't suppose he beat Mike Stewart? Let's check in with Jay Reel.
21-year-old Alexandre DePontes from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, just finished his semifinal heat. Alex, do you think your surfing in that heat was good enough to beat Mike Stewart and make it into the finals?
Yeah, I think so. I have to wait the result about the judges, but I catch real 3 good waves. I get good barrels, and the pipeline, I think, is it.
Well, the judges say he didn't surf well enough to beat Stewart, but he will join Stewart in the finals. Now, semifinal number 2. Severson, Burkhart, McGee, and Caldwell, 4 hard hitters.
Ben Severson was in command right from the beginning and easily nailed down his berth in the finals. Caldwell looked sharp, but just couldn't get that key 3rd scoring wave. Kainoa McGee, on fire in the quarters, was heavily favored to advance to the finals, but was upset by newcomer Chris Burkhart from Kauai.
And that may be the surprise of the contest so far. Jay Reel is with Chris Burkhart.
19-year-old Chris Burkhart from the island of Kauai. This is your first professional event out there with some of the world's top guys. How do you think you did amongst those guys?
I just tried my best and caught 3 solid waves, and hopefully, if the Lord's with me, I'll pull through.
Well, the Lord was with him. Burkhart and Severson will advance on to the finals. Well, Bob, it started out with about 100. It's down to the 4 finalists. Let's run down the names real quick. And at the top of the list is Mike Stewart. What would the finals be without him?
It wouldn't be the same. He's been here every year. This is his 5th year, going for a 6th title now. We expect big things.
And Ben Severson, the only other world champion in the field of 4 here today, and he'd love to put another world title under his belt.
He's going for a 2nd here, and it's been the Mike and Ben show all year. He's trying to win this one this year to prove he's the best.
And to prove we have an international field, Alexander DePontes from Rio de Janeiro, he made it to the Final 4.
All right, he's known as Xanadu to his friends. He's a great rider in big waves, totally fearless, and if we got some big sets, he'll be the man to watch.
But the big story of the day is a young man named Chris Burkhart. Here's a guy who was an amateur. This is his very first professional contest, and he makes it to the finals. What a story.
He surprised a lot of riders. He upset some big names today in this